Hey there, everyone. You know that moment when you're staring at a PDF, wishing the data would just jump off into a spreadsheet on its own? Yeah, we've all been there. But today I'm going to show you exactly how to make that wish come true, 100% automated, no coding skills required. And no, this isn't one of those too good to be true hacks. It's legit, it works, and by the end of this video, you'll feel like a tech wizard without breaking a sweat. First off, thank you for coming back, and a big welcome to all of the new subscribers. If you're new here, I'm Jake, your guide to making boring tasks disappear with automation. My goal is to make your workflows faster, smarter, and honestly, a bit more fun. If you're looking to take things further, be sure to check out the school community link below. It's packed with exclusive Make.com templates, including the exact one that we're using in today's tutorial. These templates are easy to import and use immediately. So you can get your automations up and running in no time. It's super easy. You just grab one of these templates, click on the three dots in Make.com to import the blueprint. Select the file and hit save. All right, here's the plan for today. You've got a PDF. Maybe it's a government report, invoices, or some other data that you need in a spreadsheet. The challenge, PDFs aren't exactly user-friendly when it comes to data extractions. Fonts, formats, and layouts make manual copying and pasting a total nightmare. But don't worry, we've got a lineup of tools to handle all of that for you. Dropbox, Make.com, Anthropic, Claude API, Grok API, and Google Sheets. Sounds fancy? Don't worry, I'll walk you through step by step. Let's jump in. All right, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about Dropbox. Think of Dropbox as that junk drawer in your kitchen, but way more organized. This is where we're going to keep all those pesky PDFs, so the automation tools know exactly where to grab them. If you don't already have a Dropbox account, no worries, head over to dropbox.com and sign up. It's completely free, and the basic plan gives you 2 gigabytes of storage, which is more than enough for this workflow. After signing up, log in and you'll see the dashboard. Now, let's make it nice and tidy. Click Create New Folder and name it something that makes sense. Maybe GDP data or PDF automation files. The name isn't set in stone, but hey, let's keep it clear so we don't confuse ourselves later. Once you've done that, go ahead and upload your PDFs into this folder. Just drag and drop them or click Upload Files and choose them from your computer. It's that easy. Now, that folder is officially the home base for this automation. Keep it neat though. Don't just toss random files in here or our workflow might throw a tantrum later. Okay, on to the exciting part, Make.com. Once you've signed up to it and clicked on Create a New Scenario, you'll land on the canvas, which might feel like a blank canvas right now. But that's good because we're about to paint the masterpiece of your automation workflow. First, we need to add a module. Think of modules like puzzle pieces. They fit together to create the full picture. Search for Dropbox in the module list and select Watch Files. This is the lookout. Its only job is to keep an eye on your folder for any new PDFs. Once you select it, you'll need to connect it to your Dropbox account. A pop-up will appear. Just log in and follow the prompts. Once it's connected, select the folder you just created earlier, and that's it. Click Run Once to test it. If you see the names of your files uploaded, congratulations. You've just nailed step number 1 of the automation. Now, let's get to the next module. Click the little plus sign to add another module, and once again, search for Dropbox. This time, pick Download a File. Here's what's happening. This module is going to grab the exact file we uploaded, connect it to the same Dropbox account, and in the settings, make sure you map the file ID from the Watch Files module we set up earlier. This is important because it tells Dropbox, hey, grab this specific file, not just any random thing. Test this module too by clicking Run Once. If it downloads the file successfully, you're 2 for 2. Nice work. That's the foundation set. Dropbox and Make.com are now working together like PB&J. Next, we're going to kick things up a notch and bring in some serious AI power with Anthropic's Claude API. But let's pause here and take a breath. How's it feeling so far? Easy? Great. Let's keep it rolling. Now let's introduce the AI muscle, Anthropic's Claude API. First, head to their website. Just search Anthropic API and click the link that says Built with Claude. If you don't have an account, sign up. It's straightforward. Add your email, create a password, and verify it. Once you're logged in, you'll land on the dashboard. Here's where the magic really begins. You'll need to generate an API key. Think of this key as a backstage pass that lets Make.com talk to Claude. Go to the settings, find the API keys section, and create a new one. Name it something simple like Make Workflow. Copy that key and keep it somewhere safe. You'll need it in a second. Back in Make.com, add another module. Click the plus icon, search for Claude Anthropic, and select the action, Create a Prompt. When it asks for a connection, click on the Add button and paste in your API key. Boom, you're connected. With the connection setup, let's configure that module. You'll see a drop-down to select the model. Choose Claude 3.5 Sonnet from the list. This model is perfect for handling big tasks like ours. Next, there's a field called maximum tokens. This is just a fancy way of asking how much data do we want Claude to process. Enter 8,000 here. It's like giving Claude the green light to handle a decent chunk of text without holding back. Now comes the fun part. Adding the prompt. Think of this as writing instructions for a really smart assistant. In the prompt field, type something like, extract the GDP data from each region mentioned in this PDF for the years 2021 and 2022. Format the results in JSON with fields for region, GDP 2021 and GDP 2022. Be clear and be direct, and don't overcomplicate it. Claude likes straightforward tasks. Next, you'll need to map out the file input. This is where you connect the file downloaded from Dropbox earlier. Look for the input file section, click the drop-down, and select the file output from the Dropbox menu. This step ensures Claude knows exactly which file to work on. It's like handing over your document to your assistant and saying, this is the one, do your thing. Once everything is set up, hit run once. This is the moment of truth. If you've done it all correctly, Claude will process the PDF and spit out some data in the output field. You should see it in JSON format. If it looks clean and structured, you're good to go. If not, tweak the prompt until it works. Don't worry, even the pros have to adjust things sometimes. And just like that, you've set up Claude to extract data like a pro. Okay, time to move on to the next step and make it even better. While Claude gives us the raw material, we need a little extra finesse to shape it into perfectly structured JSON material that's ready for action. That's where Grock comes in. First, open your browser and search for Grock Cloud. Click on the first link that pops up and you'll land on the Grock homepage. Now, if you don't have an account, go ahead and hit that big sign up button. It's the gateway to this magic. Fill in your email, create a password, make it strong but not one you'll forget. I'm looking at you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And complete the sign up process. Once you're in, they'll probably ask you to verify your email. So keep an eye on your inbox and click the link that they send. Boom, you're officially a part of the Grock Club. Next, let's get that API key. Go to the API keys section in the menu, click Create API Key, and a little window will pop up. Name it something easy to recognize, like Make Workflow, and then generate the key. Once it's ready, copy it. Again, keep it somewhere safe. Seriously, don't skip this step. You might not be able to see the key later. Okay, now that we're ready to bring Grock into the automation, hop back to Make.com where your scenario is coming together. Click the little plus sign to add a new module and search for Grock. When you find it, click to add it to your scenario. A setup window will pop up asking for a connection. Click Add Connection, paste in the API key that you just created, and give the connection a name, like Grok API. That's it. Grock is officially on the team. Now we'll configure the module. First, you'll need to pick a model. From the drop-down menu, choose Llama 3.1 70B Versatile. It sounds fancy, but all you need to know is that it's great for formatting text into JSON. Next, in the role field, set it to user. This tells Grock you're the one giving instructions. It's your show after all. Now let's set up the prompt. In the prompt box, type something like this. Convert the following text into a structured JSON. The JSON should include fields for region, GDP 2001, and GDP 2002, and follow this format. Be clear and specific. It's like giving directions to someone who's never been to your neighborhood before. Also, map the output from the Claude module into the input for Grock. This tells Grock, here's the data from Claude. Clean it and structure it for me. Before you finish, let's tweak the advanced settings. Click Show Advanced Settings, and you'll see an option for the response format. Set it to JSON. This ensures Grock spits out the data in a nice organized way. Once that's all set, click OK to save your changes. Now, the moment of truth, testing. Click the Run Once button and let Grock do its thing. If everything's set up right, you'll see a beautiful JSON output in the results panel. Each field should be neat and easy to read, with regions and GDP values in the exact format you requested. If something looks off, don't panic. Go back to the prompt and make it even clearer. Add examples if needed. Sometimes a little extra detail makes all the difference. Once you're happy with the output, you've officially converted messy text into polished, structured JSON. Give yourself a pat on the back, seriously. You're building something awesome. Now, let's move this data into Google Sheets and bring the whole workflow full circle. Ready? Let's go. First, we'll parse the JSON output from Grock. In Make.com, click the plus icon to add a new module. Search for Parse JSON in the list, and when you see it, select it. Now in the module settings, look for the input field labeled JSON. This is where you'll map the output from the Grock module. It might look like a drop-down or a field where you can click on and select the variable from the previous module. What you're doing here is telling Make.com, take the cleaned up JSON from Grock and process it into something usable. Once that's set up, hit the Run Once button to test it out. If everything goes smoothly, you should see the parsed data show up in a nice structured format. Once the JSON is parsed, we need to iterate over the data to handle each entry individually. Add another module by clicking on the plus icon and searching for Iterator. Select it, and in the configuration settings, choose the array of data from the parsed JSON module. For example, if your JSON looks like a list of regions with their GDP values, you'll select that list as the input for the iterator. This tells Make.com to go through each item, like Africa, Asia, and so on, one at a time. Run the iterator module to test it out. You'll know if it's working when you see the output for each item in the array. If you see something like this, you're on the right track. Finally, click the plus icon to add another module. Search for Google Sheets in the module list and select the Add a Row option. This module's job is simple. It takes the data from the iterator and neatly places it into your spreadsheet. Once you've added the module, it'll prompt you to connect your Google account. If you haven't done this yet, don't worry. It's a quick process. Just follow the prompts, log into your Google account, and grant Make.com the necessary permissions to access your sheets. This step ensures that Make.com can interact with your spreadsheets without any hiccups. Now, let's talk spreadsheets. If you already have a Google Sheet ready, great. If not, open Google Sheets in your browser and create a new one. Name it something relevant like GDP data, so it's easy to identify later. Inside the sheet, set up 3 columns with these headers: region, GDP 2021, and GDP 2022. These headers are important for this example. They'll act as placeholders for the data we're about to input. Think of them as signposts, making sure everything lands where it's supposed to. If you have specific data you're looking to extract from your PDF file, add it here as your column header. Jump back into the module settings in Make.com. You'll see a drop-down or a field to select your spreadsheet. Locate the one that you've just created or already have and select it. After this, you'll see options to map fields. This is the fun part where you connect all the dots. In the first mapping field, match region to the output from the iterator that corresponds to the region name. Do the same for GDP 2021 and GDP 2022. Match them to their respective fields in the iterator output. This step is all about precision. It's like making sure each puzzle piece fits perfectly. Once everything is mapped, it's time to test the setup. Hit the Run Once button on the Google Sheets module. Make.com will take a sample of the data from the iterator and send it directly to your spreadsheet. Open your Google Sheet and check if the data appears in the correct columns. If you're seeing rows populating with data, Congratulations, you've nailed it. Now, before you go, let's recap what we've done. We've set up Dropbox as our storage hub, configured Make.com to handle the automation flow, used Anthropic's Claude API to extract the data, Grock to clean it up into a usable JSON format, and finally sent everything into Google Sheets where it's ready to use. It's like assembling a dream team of tools, and you're the coach calling the shots. If you followed along this far, you're officially an automation wizard. Seriously, give yourself a round of applause. You've just unlocked a skill that will save you hours of repetitive work and make you look like a productivity genius. Whether it's for GDP data, invoices, or any other PDFs, this workflow is a game changer. So, what's next? Well, the possibilities are endless. Got another task that's driving you crazy? Let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new challenges to tackle. And if you found this video helpful, even a little bit, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any automation hacks. Also, if you want to take this a step further, check out the school community link below. It's packed with exclusive templates, tips, and workflows just like this one that you can plug and play to level up your game even more. Oh, and before you click away, here is another video you'll probably want to watch next. It's packed with even more tips to help you crush it with automation. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.